If you feel like you're doing everything right, but your progress feels completely stagnant, I have some good news for you, and I also have some bad news. The bad news, success is actually really, really boring. Now, the good news is this, that boredom that you're feeling is the exact proof that you're on the verge of winning. Today, we're talking about why repetition is your greatest advantage and while novelty might be the very thing that's keeping you stuck. Welcome back to another footnote with your girl Fee here. Y'all, I know it's been like 3 weeks or so since I posted my last footnote, but I have had so many thoughts since then, and I'm just doing my best to find the time to sit down and share them with you guys. Today, I want to talk to you about the one thought that just keeps ringing in my head constantly, and that is success is boring. When it comes to success, I know that we talk so much about how success isn't linear and how you're going to do so many multiple things in life before you reach the peak of success and all of those things. But as someone who has previously built a very successful company in its prime, I'm here to tell you that the story that keeps ringing in my head on my daily walks is how boring success was. How many times I had to repeat the same formula over and over and over again until I got it right. And so I'm not here to say that you're never going to be successful. What I'm here to tell you is that your stagnation is often, it's not a lack of like progress, right? It's more so the quiet reality of compounding effort. A couple of points that I want to make for you is number one, repetition is the foundation. Mastery is not about doing 10,000 things. It's about doing one thing 10,000 different times. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have tried to build brands, that have tried to establish routines, that have tried to just find their footing in life. And the common denominator that I notice is that they are so quick to jump ship when they're not seeing immediate results within the certain time frame that they mapped out for themselves. So when we think about repetition, I want you to think about children, right? And how when it comes to children, the one thing that we tell them all the time when they're growing up is practice makes perfect. So why is it that when we become adults, we no longer want to practice in order to get to perfection? So when you're taking your children to the volleyball practice, to the football practice, to the baseball practice, you're taking them to all of those practice so that they can perfect their game. It is the same idea with success. And oftentimes what happens is when one system is not working as fast as we think it needs to, we tend to jump ship and we're immediately looking for the next system, the next mentor, the next friend who has more information than us, who seems more successful than us, because we're trying to fast track and speed up our success when really you've got to learn how to go at your own pace and run your own race. The beauty of repetition is that it builds baseline competence and it also frees up your mental bandwidth. So think about somebody that wears a uniform every day. Because they are always in a uniform, that is mental bandwidth that is freed up because they don't have to figure out what are they going to wear on a day-to-day basis. Think of somebody that wears curly hair all the time. It's one less thing to think about. How am I going to wear my hair this week? How am I going to wear my hair next week? Am I going to do a wig? Am I going to do crochet? Talking about myself here, but you get what I mean? Like figuring out those things. The person that is on a wellness journey and they have mastered and figured out meal prepping and how to eat the same thing every day, because in order to be successful, you have to get comfortable with it being abso-freaking-lutely boring. Now, the second point that I want to make with you that I thought a lot about, I was walking 4 miles one morning, and when this success is boring thought hit me, I thought about the fact that a lot of times the reason that we're not reaching our goals and doing the things that we said we're going to do is because we have way too many variables in the way. The thing about math is that there's always at least one fixed variable. If every variable is not fixed and you're able to shift here, move there, do this, do that, shift, pivot, 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 shift, shift, shift. Nothing is stable. Nothing is an anchor. You're never going to be able to solve the problem. So my goal is to help you fix that equation. First things first, you need to figure out what is your fixed variable. And I'm going to give you an example from my actual life. Currently, right now, I'm in the midst of trying to build my personal brand. After having built a successful product-based brand, I'm now in a lane where I just want to focus on Felicia. I want to get paid to be Felicia. I want to show up as myself every single day, right? And so because of that, I immediately dived into the social media pool, where I gotta post here, I gotta post there, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, you know, all the places, YouTube. And what I realized is that I need to master one platform. I can always post on other platforms, but they cannot be my core focus. I have to lock in and focus on what is the one platform that I want to dedicate my time to. Because when I built my previous business, I focused on Instagram first. I didn't focus on, can I throw this business over on YouTube? Can I throw this business over on X? Can I throw this business over here, there, and everywhere? I focused on Instagram and I built it up from Instagram, and then I branched out to Facebook, to YouTube videos, to all these things, but they were always there to complement the main platform, which was always Instagram. So when I think about YouTube, I think about the time needed to dedicate here in this space and how I can't dedicate all of my time to all of the other platforms. So essentially, in order to do that, I had to quit those platforms, right? I can post here and there, but it's not something that I am fully committed and dedicated to, because my fixed variable is YouTube. That is my focus. It's like, what is the equation needed in order to put all of your input here to get the output that you're looking for? And the thing is this, if you change your routine, your strategy, your tactics every 2 weeks, you're not creating a system, you're creating chaos. So here's the tip that I want to give you when it comes to turning your success into a math equation. Make your routine your fixed variable, and then decide from there what needs adjusting. If you are willing to do the same thing every single day in order to reach your goal, as you continue along the way, you're going to realize what's ineffective and what's inefficient and what needs to quickly change. Because how can you know what's broken in life if everything is a non-fixed variable? Right. Write this down. Put it on your mirror. Put it in your notes app, wherever you want to put it, to remember it and see it often. Stop changing the formula just because you got tired of doing the math. To my third point, you need to get incredibly comfortable with being boring. And for my girls out there who tend to have a little stem, you know, every now and again, who tend to get really, really bored, who zone out mid-conversation because you're no longer feeling stimulated, yeah, this one is for you. I need you to stop chasing novelty at the expense of progress, because the real tax of high achievement is enduring the daily grind long after the enthusiasm wears off. And I'll be the first to tell you that I get bored very easily. I'm always looking for the next big thing, the next thing to do, the next place to try, the next place to eat, you name it. I get bored very, very easily. And oftentimes high achievers have that same trait. And it's very hard for us to lock in sometimes on this one specific goal for an extended amount of time, because we like to do things more so in sprints rather than marathons. However, on the flip side, as someone who has reached a certain peak of success, my goal is to get you to understand that if your routine feels repetitive, you are actually on the right track. Let's decide together that we're no longer going to break our routine just to entertain ourselves. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Sometimes being a one-trick pony is actually the gift. And that's it. Y'all know I love to drop a little footnote here and there, just some things that I'm thinking about. And it oftentimes comes to me when I first wake up in the morning, whether I'm on a walk, mid-conversation with a friend. There are so many different things that I want to share with you guys, from just all of the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gathered over the years. But I try to do it in a digestible way where I'm not taking up too much of your time. You can take what you need and you can leave the rest. So I am going to dip out because I actually have a lunch to go to with my man. And I will see you on the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.